Right, so as you may have noticed from a few of my previous Amazon videos, so I got some Amazon packages. I'm gonna level with you. I don't really remember what everything is. I seem to have an addiction to Amazon. And not just for frivolous stuff, just for stuff in general. So previously I was doing a lot of Instacart shopping. I really don't like going to the store. And while it's convenient, obviously the fees add up, right? You have to pay the delivery fees, the tips, all that. So it does end up being more expensive. And since I already had Amazon Prime to get some of the, specialty items you couldn't really get anywhere else very conveniently, right? Like there's certain things you just buy on Amazon. That phone stand that's holding my phone right now to record this video, Amazon, right? Like maybe you could have found one at Target or Walmart or something, but there wouldn't have been like a good selection of them. But recently I've been using Amazon to buy other things like paper towels, toilet paper, water one time. And look, I even 3D printed this super useful and necessary spray cap instead of poking holes in a normal water bottle. Isn't that handy? See? Ooh, 3D printed. Wow. Ooh. Man, look at the value. Oh, wow. It's just money down the drain. No, wait. Various, drinks and stuff. I mean, a lot of times you can find a really good deal on Amazon, and it just sort of makes sense to keep using your Amazon membership to get things when the shipping is free and the prices are pretty reasonable. But sort of as a result of that, I've been getting a lot of boxes.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Stop it. Get some help.
It's not necessarily the biggest problem in the world to have. I mean, it's pretty easily fixed just with a box cutter. But I recently saw this sort of product on, I think, TikTok originally, and it just kind of got me thinking, maybe I want one of those. Now, full disclosure, this is not a sponsored product review. I genuinely don't even remember the brand that I actually bought. There was a billion different ones of these, and they all look like the same Alibaba cutter that was rebranded and is being resold on Amazon. So this isn't like a product review. I'm not recommending this. It's just this general product as a whole I'm considering for my my recent need of box cutters. And so the reason why I have to cut all of these up in the first place is I live in an apartment complex. And so we have a little recycling blue bin that you have to put your boxes into. You can't just throw them into the dumpster anymore. And it makes it a lot easier if you can cut them up into smaller pieces. Now, obviously, for something like this, it's already pretty small, no big deal. But for some of the larger boxes I've been getting, you do have to cut them up a little bit to make them fit. And, you can do it with just a box cutter. It's kind of awkward to sort of hold a box and cut it in half. So a lot of times you might lay it down on top of another box so you don't cut your floor, maybe a couple stacks of cardboard to cut them up into strips. And it's not hard, but I don't want to do it. And so I thought maybe an easy alternative would be an automated cutter. So let's pop this bad boy open. Okay, well, it seems like carrying cases are like a pretty common gimmick for these sort of devices. I guess it's like a perceived value add that you're getting a case with it, but I mean, I don't really ever use them, to be honest. I think my cat just spotted a bird or something. He's like meowing. He's kind of like huffing at the window. Hold on one sec. Let me see if I can come. Do you see something over there? Huh? Why are you huffing and puffing? What'd you see? What? What'd you see? There's something going on over there, huh? Anything good? There's probably... Oh, look. You hear him huffing? Just to explain, I'm not like caging my cat in here, but when I have this window open, there's nothing but a screen in between. Let me see if I can... Oh, there you go. He sees the little cat guy out there. See him? It's just a cat minding his own business, but my cat does not like it. I opened the window so he could kind of sniff out there and maybe, let's see if I can, is the cat still there? I don't know, he might have moved on. I don't think he liked me opening the window, buddy. I don't see him right there. He might have boogied. He's checking it out. Look, you can see his little tail twitching. Yeah, I know. Stranger danger. You might know. I thought he was looking at birds or something because he was making a weird, like, huffy. He was going like huffing. I guess that's his cat sound he makes. I don't know. Oh, no, look, there's a bird. Can you see him here? Not really, huh? Where's the bird at? Oh, you can kind of see it? You can see his little butt sticking up. I guess we're bird watching now. Got his tail going, like a little propeller, huh? Or a snake, I guess. Look, flick, 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 flick. All right, well, I'll leave him to it. Back to what I was doing. All right, back to what I was saying. So yeah, basically, I get these larger boxes, and you kind of have to cut them up anyway to fit in the blue bin downstairs. And I just figured, well, you know, they have an option, some electric cutters. I might as well see if I like something like this, right? So here's the guy. Supposedly, and I guess I see what they're talking about, this was billed as a self-sharpening blade. It looks like it charges via USB-C. Did come with a little A to C cord, which is nice. So that's pretty much all there is to it in the case. Okay, so it's like a... I wonder how you're supposed to activate this. Is it like a... either way? Yeah, so I guess it's a, you push this in on either side, and that acts as the safety mechanism. That's nice for people who are, you know, left or right-handed, I guess, for them to include that. Let's just try it out, right? We line up the blade, push in the safety, and yeah, I mean, that certainly cuts cardboard, doesn't it? Let's see. I see that depending on the way you have it. So obviously, depending on what hand you're using it with, I am left-handed. Maybe you have to come at it from a certain kind of way. So maybe like over here. Yeah, I mean, okay. And to be fair, I know some people are out there are going to say like, well, couldn't you just like, you know, and I think that's pretty fair. On some of these corner pieces, right, I think it would be pretty trivial to simply manually tear. I was really thinking like, you know, right, obviously breaking down cardboard isn't the hardest thing in the world to do. I have to say it works really well, but it definitely immediately feels like one of those purchases I didn't need. It does a great job. It cuts the cardboard. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. And maybe this is something you kind of get with practice, but even just the whole lining it up, pressing the little safety, which is kind of, you know, of a bit of a finagle. I wish it didn't have this safety, if I'm being honest. But lining it up, pressing the safety, you know, it's one of those things where you're like, is it more hassle than it's worth? Honestly, maybe. Because, I mean, let's be real. I mean, even if you didn't want to tear the cardboard, but you could make it work, right? Like, this is definitely a very unnecessary kind of device. It's a bit heavy. It's a bit cumbersome. It's not the easiest thing to use. You have to kind of finagle with the safety, and, you know, it's... right, like it's fine. I don't know, this feels like probably a wasted purchase, but it's just one of those things that you see and think, well, yeah, maybe I might use it. It's probably not cutting 2 boxes. And for what it's worth, I mean, just right there, it did get stuck, right? Like, you do kind of have to really, because of how tight this is, and the safety is really, really lame, if I'm being honest with you. That's probably the most annoying thing about this product so far. But Yeah, I don't know, man. It's... I think this might be harder than just using a box cutter. Right? Like, even if it doesn't cut all the way through, and even if you don't do that, like, you know? I mean, I wouldn't recommend this. I'll put it this way. I had considering buying one of these for my mom as a present, but I actually stopped and went, is this a bit extra? And I actually asked her, like, hey, would you use something like this? And she's like, no, probably just use a box cutter. And honestly, I probably should have took that as my hint not to get myself one. So, as usual, she is right. Kids out there, if you're listening, your parents are always right. Even if it doesn't feel that way, eventually you'll come to realize they were right. Maybe that's just a caveat if you have good parents. I don't know. Maybe not for everyone. I'm sure people have parents out there who are wrong, but mine usually aren't. So when she said, I'm good, I actually have a box cutter, I'm not going to use that, no thank you. Like, thank you, but no thank you. Probably would have been a good time to realize I didn't need this. It just, the concept sounded nice. I guess really what this sounded like in my head was, oh, hey, you don't have to manually break down boxes, but you do. I mean, having this doesn't really feel much better than just, or even, yeah, I think this is a waste of money. Well, I've already torn up the box, so I'm not sure how exactly I'd return this. I guess I'd have to order something else, or I probably have, I don't think I have any more I don't think I have any more boxes. Literally the box it came in was the only box I had. Man. Okay. Well, probably don't buy one of these. Probably stick to the box cutters. But that's it. So thank you very much. If you liked the video, feel free to hit the like button. Maybe subscribe if you aren't already. Share it with a friend and tell them not to buy one of these, or maybe cancel it if the order's already placed. Okay, bye.